Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new video and a brand new episode of my MotoGP 18 career mode, and we are here for round number 5 and round number 6 in the Moto2 championship. And if you guys did miss the last episode where we put on a double upgrade, and I do urge you to go check that one out, and where we also increased the difficulty to 105%, that was around Jerez and also at the Circuit of the Americas. So do check that one out by clicking on the card in the top right hand corner of your screen or by following the link in the description below. But we are here for the round number 5, which is going to be at Lavon, closely followed by round 6, which will be at Mugello. Now, look at the calendar just to confirm it. You can see Lavon, I love the track, absolutely brilliant. I'm looking forward to it straight away. And then we have Mugello, so two absolutely phenomenal tracks that I cannot wait to get into. Now, first things first, I'm going to show you the development of the bike. So as you can see on the right hand side, for this episode, we brought in a lean frame and also a downforce on the aerodynamics side of things of upgrades. So double upgrade for this episode, and hopefully it will help me a little bit better in the corners, because this bike is known, as you guys told me in the comments, that the straight line speed and the handling is pretty poor. So we're going to look to try and improve that. Also, we are edging ever closer to the first rider spot, as you can see on the right hand side there. And one last thing you guys pointed out, which I have changed, as you can see, for this race. For some reason, I remember doing it for the Red Bull Rookies Cup, but for some reason it reset. So we have put bike damage back on to realistic, and tyre wear is now on. We're going to keep on 105 for this episode, and yeah, hopefully that works out for us. And we're still going to stick with qualifying and race, because a lot of guys, you have been asking me to do practice, and I'm not going to do it because I don't really want to go through the grind of having to do a whole race weekend and get R&D points like F1. I do that enough on career mode, and I'm really sick of it. So the idea of this series for me is just to chill out and have a good time. You know, I don't want it to be a stressful series to record, as you guys can understand. So anyway, that's the ranting out of the way. Let's jump into qualifying at Le Mans. Here we go, it's go time at Le Mans, time for qualifying, and I'm looking forward to this. I feel like a car might have a good chance. It's going to be a challenge. Jerez was a real challenge on 105% AI in qualifying, so I'm expecting the same here today, but this is a track that I enjoy a lot more than Jerez. Let's do it. Right, we're currently fastest in Sector 3, I think. We are half a tenth up on first place. It might not be forever, but we are on our first attempt. We managed to get past the bike that was behind me, who managed to get a lovely little slipstream on the back straight. But so far, initial impressions, I feel good around here. Obviously I love Le Mans, I know what the track's like, and I feel quick. But let's see what we're like through the final sector, out the final corner. Do we go fastest? Oh, not quite. P2 for now. 2/10 off the pace. That's not too bad. We've got a nice little banker lap. Now we've got to try and build on that and try and improve. Okay, second attempt through the final corner. We sort of got worse as the lap went on there. We do finally actually improve in the end. We do set a personal best. 4/10 off the pace. Not too shabby. I reckon I can crack definitely a pole here if I get the lap perfect. Okay, this feels like a pretty good lap. Final couple of corners again. Bit of a different gearing method, and now we actually got a much better bit of momentum through that final corner. Is it enough to go fast? It's not quite. P3 though, another improvement. I'm struggling to really shave more off this lap now. I reckon there's maybe another 10th in it, but I think pole might be quite hard now with the 0.1. That might be a bit too much to get. Okay, we're currently 2.5 tenths down, on for a personal best. I sort of let myself down through Sector 2, but that's through La Chapelle and Museum, but this was a much better lap, I think. I reckon that might just be a personal best. Will it be enough for pole? Not quite. We do improve to within a 2/10 margin, but it's only going to be P3, and I reckon that's going to be the best I can do. I just can't get any more than that. I really cannot. I'm struggling to find the time, so I think we're just going to call it there.
That brings an end to the qualifying session for deciding pole. The results that you are looking at now don't just show us the grid positions, they also give us an idea of what the riders will be capable of in tomorrow's race. We're moving now to the Moto2 class grid, where engineers and technicians are ironing out the last few details before the race starts.
Indeed, and it is time for the Le Mans Grand Prix, and tyre wear is on, so we'll see how it goes. I'm going to go for the double soft tyre and hope for the best. Hopefully we don't run out of tyres. It's going to be a 4-lap race, so I'm looking forward to it. Might be 5 actually, I'm not actually sure. It's a short lap then past races. Either way, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to try and do some damage. If I can get a podium, I'll be very happy. That's the target. Canet and Jorge Martin are the two fastest guys in this series, and they're both ahead of me. So realistically, we'll try our best to try and disturb the two, but they are very quick. So like I said, a podium would do me. But anyway, let's focus on trying to get a better start. I'm going to try a different technique. Just basically accelerating when the lights go out and not shifting gears manually. Whether I stay neutral or not, I won't know. I'll find out. But let's see how it goes. Right then, so 5 red lights. We're going to try a new method here. And we are away, tucking in on the second phase. And still no real improvement. I'm really just not to do. I mean, I'm just accelerating flat out. There's not really much more I can do with my hands. It's all... it must be something else. Either way, we've dropped down now a few places to P8 to P7 now. Into turn 1 for the first time, or should I say turn 2. I'm going to have the inside line, luckily enough. That bike's getting all out of shape, and he's had a high side. And now Bastianini with a massive crash, getting all out of shape now as we go down into La Chapelle for the first time. Trying to look to get past Tatsuki Suzuki. Getting the power on nice and early on the exit though, a little bit of a wider line. Maybe into Museum if we are brave enough on the brakes, which I'm not particularly great into here. I must admit, I'm much better into La Chapelle, but so far, not too bad. P6, we can definitely work from here. Like I said, P3 is definitely a possibility. That's what I'm looking at. So let's see if we can settle into this race and try and make some moves, but I feel confident in my pace. Okay then, end of lap 1, and so far we're in the race, which is the best you can ask for. I wonder if we can get a run on Tatsuki Suzuki into turn 2 here. Got a nice bit of slipstream. I'm going to try and keep a nice tight line, maybe keep it flat out through 1. Oh, very nice indeed. Sector 1 is my strongest sector, and there we go, that is absolutely perfect. I wonder if we can get a run also on Fabio here, the Gian Antonio, maybe pass him into La Chapelle on the brakes, on the inside, braking late. Pulling it back underneath for the apex on the power early. Going to have the better exit here. Maybe into Museum. We are a little bit closer than where we was last lap. On the brakes, maybe not. AI very good into there. I'm also very good in the brakes now after the back straight into the next chicane. I don't know what the turn is. I think it's like turn 12. I'm very good into there. So maybe we can try and set up Fabio for a move into that corner if we just get this combination right, which we have done. Nice bit of traction through there. Let's pick up a toe on Fabio, because if it isn't into this next corner, it will be after the chicane. Looks like Fabio's got a slipstream from the guy in front, and he's actually pulling away a bit, but I'm very good on the brakes into this corner here. Very aggressive, and getting the bike turned over on the switcheroo, and we've got the momentum. We're going to get to the inside, and I'm pretty good on the brakes into this corner here, so this should be a pretty simple move to execute, and we get it done. We get a little bit on the curb too much there, but luckily we get no penalties, so that's the main thing. Up into P4 now. Della Porta's next, and Martin and Canet are not really running away with it here, so the options are still open as Fabio's looking at my inside into the final corner. He's absolutely done me again there. Sneaky bastard. Just did not expect him. He's got back past me there, but I'm going to get the slipstream, and he's going to be a sitting duck as we make our way into turn 1. I'm going to pass him the exact same way I passed Suzuki on the last lap, but this time it might be on the outside, possibly. Oh, it's very close. It's going to have to be on the brakes maybe. A little barge through. Flip over the bike, and there we go. This time hopefully we can try and pull away. Pretty good lap actually, matching my qualifying times almost, to 42.6. We are catching Della Porta, and Martin and Canet have now checked out at the front, so let's focus on this podium position for now. I'm extremely close to Lorenzo Della Porta here, and we're coming towards the end of lap 4 onto the final lap of the Grand Prix. My tyres are starting to wear out a little bit, so something to keep in mind as we go through the final couple of corners for the penultimate time in this race. But so far we're looking pretty good as we get a nice run and exit out the final corner here, and we're going to be right in the slipstream of Lorenzo going to the last lap of the Grand Prix at 42.4, almost identical to my pole time, and this could be our chance at the podium here as we go into turn 1. Nice early apex. That's going to allow me to get to the inside of Lorenzo here. On the braking, hot on the brakes. Block him off, block pass, power on. Very close. He's going to outpower me as we go down to Museum. I'm going to have the inside line though, so that's going to favour me. Pulling it down for the apex, I'm going to run a little bit wide as I took a way too early line. And Lorenzo powers back past me for now. This last lap's going to get very, very tense. This is my weakest part of the lap. I'm not great through here. I just need to try and make sure I stay nice and close, and then give myself a chance coming out of the double apex right-hander over the rest of the lap. My rear tyre is starting to fade a little bit, as is my front. My rear is slightly worse though, so let's try get it also down here for the apex. Make sure we don't fall off the bike. I literally feel like I'm about to fall off at every corner at the moment as I'm pushing to the limit that much. My controller's vibrating so much, but here we go. Can we catch Lorenzo here on the last lap? Through that section, you can just see how I've lost out a bit of ground, but this is when I come really strong. My strongest part of the lap. I'm very late on the brakes into here. A little bit wide of the apex. Almost fell off the bike. That was so close. Really trying to push the limits of the grip. I'm going to have to really just throw it in here. Hope for the best. There's a bit of camber on the track naturally, which does help. Can we get it? We are very close, but just not close enough. Back end just not sticking with me through there. And I think that's going to be all she wrote. And I don't think I'm going to get it. I'm going to miss out on the podium, unfortunately, as I just couldn't get it. And Lorenzo's going to hold on brilliantly. So fair play to him. We come home in P4. And disappointed we couldn't bring that podium home. But overall, not too concerned. And there'll be plenty more races to go this season where we can try and make that back. But definitely that showed me over that hill when we got re-overtaken by Lorenzo there. We definitely need to work on a power upgrade, which we will do at the end of this episode. But anyway, that was Mugello. Now we're going to move into... Sorry, that was Le Mans. And we're now going to move into qualifying at Mugello.
While the Parc Fermé starts to fill up with the stars of the race, we're going to take a look at the Moto2 race final ranking.
Okay, then here we are for qualifying at Mugello. Looking forward to it. Hopefully we can have a good race. And once again, a track like Le Mans where I feel confident, I feel comfortable, and I feel like I can really attack the racetrack. So let's jump into it for qualifying. Okay, Sector 3, we are 7/10 up on Andrea Migno on my first attempt. I feel so hooked up around here. This track does feel like muscle memory to me, and it feels like I've just been on it for so long. And I just know it off by heart so well. Literally, I can just throw the bike into every corner, get the gear perfect first time of asking, get the apex absolutely perfect, the braking perfect. But anyway, here we go, running up to the line. Do we do fastest overall to come across the final sector? Not quite. P8, we lose a bit of time in the final sector, but a very good first attempt. Let's try and build on this now and try and pursue that pole position. Okay, this has been literally a perfect lap. We were fastest in the first two sectors, but the lap times have dropped to a 59.0. I don't know what this final sector is going to be like, but we're going to be bloody close. Across the line, and it's P4. I don't think I'm going to improve much on that. That was a very good lap. I don't think I'm going to find that 3/10 of a second.
That brings an end to the qualifying session for deciding pole. The results that you are looking at now don't just show us the grid positions, they also give us an idea of what the riders will be capable of in tomorrow's race. We're moving now to the Moto3 class grid, where engineers and technicians are ironing out the last few details before the race starts.
It's time for the race here in Mugello. I'm looking forward to it. P6 on the grid, but I definitely think this time we can definitely get a podium. I think it's such a long lap, Mugello. It's such a challenging lap to really hook it all up. I thought I got it pretty much perfect in qualifying. Maybe there was a 10th on the table there, but I definitely think I've been better in race trim than I have in qualifying. I seem to get stronger in the race as the race goes on. And I think if we can just be okay at the end of this first lap and not be so far behind, I reckon we can have a good race. So let's try and hopefully have a better race than the last one and try and improve on our 4th place in Le Mans. It's time for the race. Okay then, let's get ready for the race here in Le Mans. I'm in neutral. I don't know whether to maybe... Oh yeah, okay, I got to change gear. Damn it, that screwed me over. Sometimes there's some reason I'm in first gear. Sometimes I'm in neutral, but that's not ideal as I'm now way down the order, P10. But luckily the straight's pretty long, so we're going to get a chance to recover some places. I've just got to be very brave into turn 1 here, into San Donato, and getting straight on the inside, being very aggressive, and we're up into P7 here, soon to be P6. If we can just get around the outside of Alonso Lopez, not quite, but we switch back underneath him beautifully, and get on the inside, not quite, of Philip Hurtle there, but we're back to where we started, so we've recovered nicely, which is what I'm talking about. If we can just not have such a bad first lap and make some progress as we got the inside of Philip Hurtle there, very nicely indeed. We're now in P5. These corners here, I feel like I'm very much in control. These sort of fast sweepers is what I'm all about. It's my kind of racetrack as we now go down the hill. A little bit of a corner cut there, but luckily no major time gain. And now Bastianini up next. Oh, very wide through there, running the double soft again, so tyre wear could become a factor later on in the Grand Prix. 4 laps this race compared to Le Mans, which was 5, as it is a bit of a longer lap. But so far we're looking pretty good here. It's through Arrabbiata 2. Nice exit actually, nice bit of momentum. What we like on the brakes into here compared to Bastianini, nothing spectacular, but so far though we're looking okay. We're looking at the races like I felt. I had a feeling that one of these races is just going to work for me, and I'd even go as far as saying so far I reckon I could challenge Canet and Martin for the race win here. I think if I get this all perfect and hooked up, I reckon there's a race win on the cards here, and I'm definitely going to try and pursue it. Now it's time for this massive, absolutely massive front straight. I'm trying to pick up a toe off of Bastianini here. I don't think I'm getting much, but he's not really pulling away either because he's right now in clean air. So we need to brake lane to turn 1 and make sure we reconnect to that front 4 into San Donato here. I've got a bike looking at my inside, but I'm going to brake super late. I'm very good on the brakes into that's one place where it doesn't matter whether it's the old game or this new game. I'm good on the brakes. In this first sector and sector 2 as well, through these sort of sweepers I'm pretty good at. So I need to take full advantage of these to try and catch up to the guys in front. I'm the closest I've been, but then through this little section now, towards the end of the lap, I just really start to fall away. Not a lot, but just enough to the point where it doesn't really allow me to get close enough on the front straight. Crucially for them, they're all really good in a straight line, and also they're very good through the final corner, which is where you really want to be good, so you can get a nice and close and have a nice run into turn 1. As you can see, I'm as close as I've ever been. I'm going to try and attack the final corner here, but I just feel like they are just so good. I've got the power on quite nicely this time, actually. Nice tight line onto the last lap of the Grand Prix, but Bastianini is still, I can visually see, pulling away from me here, getting a tow from the bike in front because he's closer to him than what I am. But I'm so close, almost at a fast lap of my own there as I really push hard that lap on. So the last lap of the Grand Prix, let's see if we can get anything out of this. This is now where I'm strongest in this lap. Okay, I'm closer than I've ever been. Arrabbiata 2 might be the one, might be the place. I've got to make sure that I get all of this perfect. Arrabbiata 1, now into 2. Bring it back in, there it is. Get the power on, use all the curb. Okay, we're very close here. Just got to really throw the bike into these corners and hope for the best, using all the curb. I really am not like giving a crap about the tyres at the minute. I'm using all of the track available and even some more. But here we go. Can we just throw it into the Correntaio? Oh, I'm very hot into there. Just about to fall off the bike. I could really feel that one, but we've accidentally shifted up to third gear too early. I might lose a bit of momentum here as we go through Biondetti, through the chicane. I think that might be all she wrote. I just cannot get close enough to the point where I can make a move into the final corner. I'm nice and close, but again, just these guys get such good traction, and unfortunately, nothing's going to come from it, and there's going to be P5 for us in Mugello. Unfortunate. Came so close, but I just could not pick it up in the end, and we do improve on our qualifying position, which is a good thing. You know, we started P6, we finished P5, I can't complain, but we're just missing that little bit to try and get that podium position. But let's run you through the final race results. And yeah, it looks like P5, not too bad. I mean, the good thing is, I just noticed Martin's there, but Canet is nowhere to be seen. Where is Canet? Let's have a little look. He's 12th, so that's a big hit for him. Also, where's the other guy? Della Porta, he's nowhere to be seen. So that might mean for the championship, we get, yes, P4, but we do gain a bit of ground on the, I think Della Porta drops down to P6, so he's lost 3 places. Gian Antonio has actually overtaken me for 3rd place, the cheeky bastard. But we're in P4. Canet has lost a few points to Martin there, but a few more than races from Canet and Martin where they just drop out the top 10, and I might have a chance because I'm definitely consistent in my positions. But overall, those were the race results. And now if we look at the development points and reputation, you can see we are so close now to becoming the first rider. 3,900 development points for us, and this is going to mean good things in the R&D screen, as you'll see in a moment's time. Right, first things first, I've been offered contracts for Moto2. I've impressed that much that Moto2 teams have actually given me contracts, but I think I'm going to say no, and we're going to see out the entire Moto3 season. So I'm going to say no. Are you happy with your choice? You will not be able to change until the next transfer window. Yes, I'm happy with my choice. We will not switch teams. So now, bike development. This is where we're going to get interesting. Engine. Now, I'm going to go for this one here. I want more power. I really want more straight line speed performance. And that is going to do it for this episode in terms of the upgrades. We've got some nice points saved up though. So in the next one, we might be able to do a nice upgrade. I think put it on the traction side of things in the engine. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this episode of MotoGP. If you have enjoyed it, then please do leave a like on the video. Let's try and smash 150 likes, guys, for this episode. And also, if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe for daily MotoGP and Formula 1 content. And also, please be sure to turn on notifications to not miss a single upload from me. And finally, do check out these 2 videos on screen if you have missed them by chance. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next video very soon. Goodbye.